Drugs and crime have long been perceived to have a strong affiliation with each other. 66% of all adult detainees were under the influence of a drug, excluding alcohol, when they were arrested in Australia. In addition to this, only 16% of adult detainees were currently in a treatment program. There is a need for empirical research to examine the relationship between drug rehab facilities and their effect on drug-related crime within the region they operate in for three reasons. 1. To allow policymakers to evaluate whether to provide government funding towards such projects. 2. To offer town planners information to assist in deciding to incorporate a drug rehabilitation facility into their plans. And 3. Contribute to the body of knowledge comprising drug-related crime prevention. It has been demonstrated through an evaluation of 99 treatment programs encompassing 4,500 participants in the USA that community-based drug abuse treatment reduces drug use and subsequent criminal behaviour. A compelling strategy for reducing drug-related crime, which is also economically astute as opposed to law enforcement and incarceration methods, is treatment. It has been concluded that even exposure to modest levels of an inpatient program demonstrated reductions on indices of crime from a sample of 427 participants. A time series analysis study that sought to investigate the impact of Australia's first supervised injecting facility for illicit drugs in Kings Cross, New South Wales, found no evidence of the establishment having a positive or negative bearing on drug use or supply. The research question posed is, to what extent does the introduction of a drug treatment facility affect drug-related crime within the facility's immediate area? Drug-related crime will be defined in this study as possession and/or use of a drug, dealing, trafficking of a drug, cultivating cannabis, manufacture of a drug, importing drugs and other drug offences, as this is a classification used by the New South Wales Department of Justice Bureau of Crime Statistics and Research. For a drug facility to qualify for this study, it must operate inpatient programs, as reduced criminal involvement has been strongly linked to time spent within treatment. The current study will be a pilot study, that is, a preliminary study to provide a general understanding of the phenomenon to be studied. Probability sampling will be used. For a pilot study, using 10% of the sample required for a full study may be inadequate, however 40% is unrealistic in terms of time. Therefore, a sample of 14 New South Wales Police Local Area Commands will be used out of the 62 regional LACs, amounting to 23% of all available LACs. 7 regions with a drug treatment facility and 7 without a drug treatment facility will be randomly selected for comparison. A quantitative approach utilising secondary data obtained from Boxer will provide the relevant drug-related crime statistics. To identifying what regions and when drug treatment facilities open, the data will be collected from the facility's website. The research will be carried out solely by the author using publicly available data, which will be used respectfully and responsibly. LAC and rehabilitation facilities will be coded to prevent any data causing detriment to the residents of the regions analysed as per Guideline 3.2.8 in the National Statement on Ethical Conduct in Human Research 2007. Data, worksheets and codebook to be stored in an encrypted USB flash drive.